Yeah, hi guys, good afternoon. This is Abhinav from taking care of regarding Hyperledger Tamil Nadu. So we will discuss today about blockchain web apps during using Hyperledger Composer. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, sure. Thanks for reverting me back. So let's start. So basically, coming to Hyperledger Composer, so we will discuss regarding Hyperledger Composer and how it's working, how we can utilize it regarding developing web applications. Now, first of all, let's start like what is Hyperledger Composer actually? So why and how is different from Hyperledger Fabric and another frameworks like Sawtooth, Aroha, Indy? So basically, Hyperledger Composer is a set of tools that allows various business owners, operators, or developers to create blockchain application and smart contract aiming to solving the business problems and improving operational efficiencies. So basically, you can say that it's a shortcut key for developing use cases. So as you all know about Hyperledger, it's an open source community hosted by Linux Foundation, and it's about goals like creating enterprise solutions, providing the solutions with education and in different domains. And coming to Appalachia Composer, yeah, obviously it's a development tool set actually that makes the solution easier, faster, cheaper, and popular with the customers. Like if I'm talking about I've developed one kind of proof of concept in a minimal time, so I can prefer a Hyperledger Fabric with Composer. I can develop some sort of use cases with Hyperledger Composer. Now coming to Hyperledger Composer, what the networking part about the applications that have in Hyperledger Composer. Like it's a for the three levels, it has three levels. One is asset, one is participant, and one is transactions. And the whole game is behind totally of REST APIs. I will show how it will work with some sort of some use cases as well. Just allow me some sort of like 10 to 15 minutes regarding its theory part. Now, again that I mentioned about the benefits of the Hyperledger Composer. Yeah, it's increased understanding, save time, reduce risk, and increase flexibility. Because the coming to Hyperledger Fabric is a complex one, while integration, while network configuration, while writing chain code. But coming to Hyperledger Fabric with Composer, it's quite easy to develop some sort of business use cases. So first point in the Hyperledger Composer is business network definition. So business network definition is the collection of user developed source artifacts that comprise the model file which have the assets, participants, and transactions. Now what are assets, what are participants, and what are transactions? So basically asset, it can be anything of the value that can be exchanged between the parties in the business agreements. Like it could be anything. It could be a land proper piece of land, a piece of gold that could be integrated with a digital that is being coming to in the digitalized. And coming to participants, yeah, it's a member. Like we can say that these are the nodes. And transaction obviously that message the messages, the transactions, the potentially affect the state of the blockchain ledger. So basically if I'm person A and you are person B, I'm transaction some sort of message to B, then that will be included with the ledger. So this combines a one file named as business network archive. So this is the basic structure how the composer's file being integrated. There is one file named as .cto that comprises assets, participants, and transactions. Now, second is JS, the script file. That is the transactions functions. These are the alternative ways of writing is chain code. In Hyperledger Composer, we don't write proper chain code because chain code took some sort of long time. For that, we can we implement mostly the script files with the help of script files. Now coming to ACL, ACL is the access control rules in which we maintain the privacy control. We hold in this access control files, like we maintain the privacy concerns. the queries. Now another is dot query that contains the it's kind of it's a dicto call of SQL. Means it's a alternative. You can say that it's a alternative of SQL. That all comprises and make one BNA file. BNA file is a comprisation of .cto file, .js file, .acl file, and .query file. So that I mentioned in CTO file, the ledger data model is there, and script J file is totally based on smart contracts or chain code. So it's an alternative way. And now ACL is a crude applications where you can mention your privacies, your public, your collections, private data collections kind of solutions you maintain. And coming to query file, that's SQL like. Now how it works, start fabric, prepare fabric, deploy.bna, and then and generate admin.card, start red server, and generate your Angular app. Our Angular app, mostly we prefer Angular here, and either you can go with Node.js also. Now agenda will start fabric, here they will create peers, start UI and REST server. So now if I'm talking about Ubuntu, how we are going to, how they are basically there are multiple ways to install Hyperledger Composer. Either you can choose by online playground of the composer, either you can install directly over your machine. So first of all, we will start with Docker, then we will go with the Hyperledger Fabric. We will start the Fabric, download the scripts, and create a peer admin card.sh. Then we will write first more MTU file, model file, then with namespaces, participants, assets, transactions, and events. So this is a sample model file in which there is one asset, there is one participant, and there is one transactions. Now this is the chain code basically that we call chain code, but we didn't say that these are not a chain code, but in right in form of we use we use logical file. So this is a function that I'm making for get asset registry and transactions, and we are uploading the new product owner. So this is access control I am providing. I am giving some sort of access to the other owner, or means you can say that it's a kind of ownership transfer. So now coming to deploy, so these are some commands that we use for installation, for start, for import the networking file. So basically network admin.card. What's this card? These are the cards. So these are the some sort of keys that being provided with the certificate authorities to come into the existence with the network part. So means you need some sort of access card to get interacted with that permission blockchain. So now again we will start the REST servers. Now we will took the test network. Then again with the help of a smart contract, with the help of the REST APIs, we'll create a we will send some requests over for creating seller like the organization name, email, blank balance, product. Then again we'll create some members. Now we'll create product for the same, and now we'll add product means to get another product listing for the action. Now we'll create another two offers, like one is for product listing. Again is a copy paste kind of previous one. Now we'll run the transactions. So this kind of the UI will be mentioned with the help of Angular. So there will be transaction type, auctioneer, product ID, product description, bid amount, and bidders. Now if I'm talking about Hyperledger Fabric, I'm running Hyperledger Fabric with the help of VS Code. So I will use the extension and I will implement with that. And here I will use Hyperledger Composer. Here you can check the binaries, the tools, the composer files, and the CSS and all the things in the folders. And this is for starting the GUI. I'm running a command composer REST server. The REST service is being started and listening over the port 3000 port. So this will be this kind of UI will be there. And if I'm running if I'm checking out the transition, the hash, this kind of hash will be shown. Now I'm running the playground. Here I will start member, seller, product listing. I'm creating the new participants. Now there is the participant registry. So basically, Hyperledger Composer basically used for pro that means it avoids some sort of complexity and develop use cases with a minimum time. So another I will share another I have one thing also, one PPT also that will be a better one. So basically Hyperledger Composer basically right now if I'm talking about Hyperledger Composer that is being working with the Hyperledger 2.0, so I think it's being deprecated but is not used with the Hyperledger 2.0, but you can use with Hyperledger 1.0 and 1.2, so you can use with them. So if I'm talking about here, we'll check how it can works. So basically if I'm talking about we'll go with a random one, how we can set Hyperledger Composer with my application and how we can implement another one. So here from the GitHub, you are using with Hyperledger Composer tools. You are setting either we can go with the Windows server, or however we can go with the Linux one. We will implement the dev server for Hyperledger Fabric with Composer. Now we'll after choosing that, so this kind of folders will be there. There will be a fabric script. There will be some packages. There will be a script that I mentioned before. Start fabric, stop fabric, tear down fabric. Start fabric is for creating a fabric network. Stop fabric is for stopping the network. Tear down is to break down the whole network. Now, in each fabric, I will show that in this, if I'm talking about start fabric.sh, you will find some sort of this. So there will be a port, there will be a container name, there will be environment. So these are the docker compose.yml file where we implement the whole network configuration part. So after running this file, we will set up the Hyperledger Composer background over our local machine. Now we'll choose how it will work. So you will find some more, you will find some model network starter templates where we will find animal tracking network, bond network, car auction network, marble network. So these are some predefined solutions they are providing. You can implement them, you can manage them, you can change them according to your use cases. So you can say that they are provided, like if I'm talking about with Hyperledger Fabric. So similarly, as we are running with balance transfer or marbles games, so we have some predefined structure. So we can implement with editing some of them. So right now we are using perishable network. So this is we are allowing the basic information creating, and we are creating and we are giving the network admin name. So now we are attaching vehicle BNA file for that. So we choose one BNA file from here. Now we are waiting for business network. Now this is the my admin is being created. Now I will create some another nodes. Like I will add in the form of JSON with the help, or you can say that like with the participants, they are participants, person, driver, car, case over, responder with the help of REST APIs. I will call them. So first of all, I will create .cto file. Like in there will be, I will mention my participants. After that, the asset and the transactions. I am taking asset is vehicle. Now the transaction, the details, it could be accidental status, accident location, register accident number. So this kind of details I will mention there. Now this is the script file, means you can say that logic.js. So basically logic.js is quite relevant to chain code. I will writing the functions like for insurance, update accident, the details, like all the details I'm mentioning in the form of only in simple JavaScript. Now after creating script.js, now I will done with ACL file where I will give some permissions, privacy or privacy control management. I will take care here. So I will mentioning on the form like what are the rules for each for a specific asset. Now I will add the files. Now I am going. I have developed all the files. Now I will going to test them. Right now there is nothing. I am going to test first. I'm taking first participant as a case worker. I am filling the details named as Tyler Paulson and phone number, creating them. The, now another for driver. Now another for asset for emergency service. So this kind of insurance company means you can say that I am creating assets, or you can say that these are the nodes while working. So these are the nodes basically that I created with the help of network admin. Now, first of all, register as accident. I am registering the accident transfer ID, transaction ID being submitted over the block ledger. So this will be the output. This kind of will be the output for the registry of accident. Now we'll assign some case worker who will take care of the of that accident and fall some sort of rewards. So this is a assigned to case worker. This is a kind of JSON format that I am mentioning. So now it will goes for the insurance. Now it will solve the accident, resolve the accident. So these four, the upper four that I mentioned for the accident case. So basically now I am going to tear down the network. So again I tried the tear down the network. Again I am going to start then. So my signatures being running. So basically right now I am going to I am going to set up the Hyperledger fabric basically and come with the help of Composer. So now I got previously I got my REST APIs and for JSON format. Now I am going with I'm deploying over the terminal where I'm writing the Composer network deploy for vehicle registry line. So command exit. So basically you there are two options. Either you can go with the online composer or either you can prefer composer CLI. So there are two ways. And here if I'm talking about if I'm running this command like composer.rest.server, now we'll check the rest is it will show some sort of like this where I can check or resolve the REST APIs of the Hyperledger fabric. So here we will check what will the get, what will the post, what will the delete. So we can check all the APIs here and can verify also online. So here I am again going to check vehicle caps, imported packages, all. Now I'm building the DApp for vehicle app. A building in the end with the help of npm is being built and I am running over the Explorer. Now here, the accident, I am getting the Angular part, like front end part, where I can check the asset. There are four assets that I mentioned before: insurance company, emergency service, vehicle, and accident. So there are the. And now I am going from the front end part, add asset. So basically, this kind of solutions we can develop with the help of Composer. Means just a plug and play. If I'm talking about like some sort of proof of concept, how means to check or analyze the how blockchain is going to work. So this is a great effort for developing some sort of, with a minimal time we can develop some proof of concepts basically. So but coming to Hyperledger 2.0, when Alpine is there, so it's not being supported till date. And Composer is being deprecated due to some sort of so, but for learning purpose it's good. If I'm talking about, so yeah. So there's queries like which one be better to learn jQuery or Angular for front-end developer. So if I'm talking about for learning, and both will be better. Like jQuery and Angular will be most useful as for like it being implemented more as comparison to jQuery. So because most of the part, like if I'm talking about, yeah, for future purposes, because the thing is that in future we prefer we usually use Node.js. So for Angular is quite easy to implement with Node.js. If I'm talking about, if you are using EJS, means Express.js engine. So for developing front end part, so Angular is quite easy to implement with Node.js. So most of the, like if I'm talking about in blockchain cases, most of the part are front end are being implemented in Node when Angular only. So I will go that you can choose Angular, so it will be better. If I'm talking about testing tool, there are multiple testing tools. If I'm talking about the one is the major is for Hyperledger is for Caliper. So Caliper is one of the testing tool, and there is also right now there are multiple. There are another one, like if I'm talking about the third party, there are third party tools or Convector, named as Convector is there. So basically these are third party, but I will prefer that you can use Caliper. Caliper is for you can check the throughput, you can check the latency rate of the transactions per second of over your machine. So it's quite easy. So it's quite easy. Like there will be a PDF report kind of where you can see all the details. It's quite easy. You can Google it and you can implement. You can download it from GitHub. So it's quite easy. So I hope so that I shared some sort of relevant information regarding Composer. Hope you get all. If any questions, can you like please ask? I am free to answer all those questions. Is there any questions from your end? So basically, if I'm talking about Hyperledger, so this like Composer is one of the best and appropriate technique that we can use for developing small use cases. In future, WordPress users will increase. WordPress, so I don't think so. Like how you are going to implement? Like I'm unable to get your questions. Like WordPress, how? What do you want to say that? Like WordPress users is 33%. I am unable to get your question actually. How they are relevant to with blockchain? So we are not talking about WordPress. Basically, we are talking about some enterprise solutions that are building over with the help of Hyperledger Fabric only. So WordPress is not relevant for that. I don't think so. Integrate with the existing systems. Yeah, oh, sure. We can implement. If I'm talking about the existing systems, so first of all, you have to check. There are multiple things. Like if I'm talking about there, first of all, you have to check whether the solutions, although needed blockchain or not. If I'm talking about the website solutions, also they are not needed, but some sort of enterprise solutions like ERP or ERP. Like if I'm talking about ERP in terms of supply chain or inventory control or some sort of HR management, so either it could be done with SAP or Udo, you can easily implement with them. And because the main game is of the APIs, you have to consume the APIs and you have to check the details. What you have to put the details over the blockchain. So this is the thing. So what you are going to like what you are going to put and taking care and the details, what the details you have to mention over the blockchain, what you have to go into, yeah, what you have to write that. So for that you are using, you have to choose and specify that. So it's not kind of like I'm going to implement with blockchain with the WordPress or not with PHP. Yeah, it's quite easy. Yeah, okay. How to use SSH with public ID and authentication key. So if I'm talking about SSH with the authentication key, authentication key, so you can use with the log with the proper management. If I'm talking about like you can manage the access by, or you can use you can move the authorized key files to the root owner owned locations there where which prevent the normal users. You can configure them and yeah. Which framework is better? Compose. Basically, if I'm talking about Composer is it's for understanding the concept. But I will prefer that you will go start from the Fabric only, because Fabric has a lot of things to learn. And Composer is also the major disadvantage of Composer is like is being deprecated basically because in 2.0 onwards it doesn't support Hyperledger 2.0. So I will suggest that you can start with Hyperledger Fabric only. So basically, because in Composer, the disadvantage is also that you are not writing some sort of chain code. You are implementing with the help of JS file only. So that there's an integration tool. So basically, if I'm talking about integration tool, no, exactly there's no exact specific tool. But right now, Hyperledger introduced one tool named as Hyperledger Cactus. That's is for it's an integration tool that designed to allows user to integrate with different blockchains. So you can try it once with the there, read the docs, and hope you understand the concept. And there's some another libraries like Ursa and Grid. So for Grid is for supply chain mostly, and Ursa and Roa you can implement for some cryptographic enhancing cryptographic security purpose. So these are the some libraries that you can use. Yeah, another more queries, some sort of uh, so basically in Composer, basically there are three types only. They are means the game is of only three terms. One is for assets, one is for transactions, and one is for participants only. Yeah, obviously Linux basic commands are enough. If you are good in Docker, so you should start with Docker also. You will because Docker is mostly used with the for development phase, for cloning the images, for developing the images, for deploying images and containers. So you can use you can learn also Docker, because Linux commands are different basically in terms of composers and here no extraordinary kind of commands are there in Linux for deploying solutions. It's easy like for ls cd, these are kind of basic commands are there. But you can go with the Docker, like you want basically there are 5 to 6 commands for Docker that I'm shared in PPT, and I will share that PPT also to all the peoples over the group. So where you can download and check the commands regarding the Docker and Composer. From there you can get an idea, and you can try it once with step to step by seeing the visualizing the steps of the PPT. I think it will work for you. Yeah. Any more? I think the queries has been resolved. I think anything more you want to ask? Some sort of, this is not related for it's not kind of not for Composer, but any other queries regarding blockchain or some sort of Hyperledger, you can you can ask. Any more queries regarding blockchain or Hyperledger or any kind of another framework, we can talk some sort of like any queries, any concerns. Okay, what is the difference between Angular JS and Angular JS 8? It's a version. Yeah, basically Angular JS is based on JavaScript framework, and Angular 8 it's a version of or these based on TypeScript front end web. So right now Angular 9 is there. So Angular JS is based on JavaScript version and JavaScript framework, and Angular 8, Angular 9, Angular 6 these are based on TypeScript frameworks. So I think It's advisable to use Golang to write chain code. Yeah, obviously, because if you have an existing solutions that you prefer previously developed in Golang, then you can go with Go. And coming to right now, in the you have choice. There are multiple choice. Either you can go with the Node.js, either you can go with the Java. So if you are good in Go, then obviously you can write Go because there's nothing such kind of like drawback of Go. It's good and it's advisable. So you can write this chain code with Go. If it depends on you. Either you are preferring Go. What knowledge did I know before AngularJS? Basically, for understanding blockchain, you should not. It's not like that you understand Angular or some sort of front-end technology, but you should understand the core concept of blockchain, like what is the consensus mechanism, what is the data structure behind the blockchain, how the blocks are created, how the Genesis block is being developed, how the transactions is being carried out. So this kind of basics you should have. Uh, to know about and understand the concept of Hyperledger or any of the framework or of the blockchain based on. So if I'm talking about the Angular JS and Node, so these are the basics that you understand the basics. If I'm talking about Node.js, you should be aware of promises. You should be aware of middleware, how to use, and some sort of basics only. Web3 modules, NPMs, and all that things you should be aware of. So this is not kind of it's not kind of that should be master, but you should be a good learner actually. So you can go ahead and you can achieve your target. I think all the queries. I think yeah. Yeah, sure. Pranjal, thanks. Thanks for allowing me some sort of role for doing some sort of seminar, webinar, basically. Basically. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks for the time.